All right, y'all. Welcome again to another video. We're here today, heirs of our Father's promise, on another day to thank Him, and to learn more about Him and our, edifying betterment of our daily living. And why is that important? It's very important because we're dealing with such harsh things in these type of times in our current time, and how people are perceiving truth, and not only how they're perceiving truth and who they are in general is how things are to be. Now today, aside from the introduction, right, of course, I'm gonna ask you guys to grab your buy and bow. And the reason for that is because how else are we gonna do this? You know what I mean? Grab your biblioteca, and I want you guys to turn to Matthews, okay? So we're gonna go off a bit from yesterday. And the reason why is because Matthews, it kind of give us a good perception of lineage, but also power and stability and balance, right? That works according to the law of Yahuwah and his expectations in life. So the subject of today will be about what? In truth, pure life lessons attacks your integrity and your heart. So without anything that you do intentionally and it comes from innocent place in your heart, right? Anything that you do will be in vain, no matter what. And that's just the truth. Okay, we're going to get into that. And the reason why we're going to get into that is because these chapters, the Chronicles of Matthews, are a little bit prolonging. So, and I love it, but I don't know if everybody here is going to watch this video all the way for like an hour long. But I'm not gonna make it an hour long though. I'm gonna try at least not to. And if I can't make it 30 minutes long, just know that I tried. All right. Because these are elite long passages. So we're going to be in chapters 6. We're going to start off with 6 and we're going to go to 7. We're going to read the whole thing. And the reason why is because it's not just verse per verse, is the whole story and what the story really gives off to a person as far as a lifestyle. We are competing for lifestyles when we're supposed to edify ourselves in comparison to the lifestyle of the word and not just of our own opinion and desires. So let's get started. All right. As you are charitable before many, do not seek others' attention for your act, for it will be in vain. Do not be like the hypocrites, when you are given unto those who have less, and parade all in the streets of your good works in the synagogues. Instead, be genuine of your works of giving, and do it secretly with loving intentions. Know that Eli watches, and he will reward you as you've put those you've helped to shame. He would not help you as you've put, he will reward you as you've not put those you've helped to shame. My apologies. English. As you pray, you would not be looked on as the hypocrites, for they love to show off in their public places, such as the streets or places of power. So that's very important. Why is that important? The reason why that's important is because a lot of people, when they do good, they always want to, they always want to look at what I'm doing. Look at what I'm doing. I'm helping this person here. Look at this. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Let somebody else do it that is random that you obviously don't know. Give me one moment, real quick. But yeah, let somebody who's random that you don't know, that's obviously, what's the word? Yeah, random. That's a stranger that you don't know that is touched by what you're doing. That you're not out there just, oh, let me wear this jacket says I'm gonna go out here and feed the homeless. That can only be so corny because Even when people look at it, you're like, you know that when you're doing that, you are also putting somebody's, what's the word, integrity to shame. You're lowering, you're belittling people. So you help people, you consider that, you consider their emotions. You don't just do it just because you want to do it out of your own self well of what is the word, views, or how you want people to look at you because you want attention. No, your intention, not attention. Your intention is to help somebody because maybe you might have went through that same situation, or you feel the pity in your heart to actually care. And when you do something for somebody, you regard their emotion and how they will feel, right? So when you're in a relationship with someone and you want to give them a gift, don't you give them a gift based on how they, what they like and how they will respond to that gift? Some people might be shy. They might, just because they're homeless, don't mean that they don't have feelings. You know what I mean? Let's continue. And then we're not just talking about homeless either. This is a these are various scenarios that appears in many places. Priority, I think that's how you say it. English, please somebody put in the comment section and help me out here. I'm gonna start being like that guy that said the beninging. I don't want to be like that and then being blasted all over the internet. Beninging. Beninging, it sounds much better. It actually sounds a little bit much fun to say beninging in the beninging. But let's continue though. Note to always pray in regards of your intimate location designated for you and Yahweh, for his glory will be made publicly before all mankind. Also, note not to repeat the same words as the unbelievers do and speak the same as them, for they think the best words give better results. Meaning praying for hours long, praying for 30 years non-stop. I'm talking not even consistently, but I'm saying like the way you're praying for a whole hour. The words are saying you don't have to pray for a whole hour, right? And then it says following the following verse says what? Be not like them, for Eli knows your needs before you come to its realization. So complicating your intentions are worthless. Oh wow. So we're complicating our prayers. So we're trying to be prestige on out praying everybody, on out knowing everyone else's words and trust and believe. Not the wording part about the verses, but more so the prayer part. I used to definitely pray for hours long. Well, maybe not hours long. That's me exaggerating, but for a very long period of time before I realized that it's not the longevity of the prayer, but it's more so the heart. It's more so your intention. It's more so the what is the called the intimacy of how you're praying and who you're praying to, right? For the purpose of who his will or your will, his will to be made manifest. It's for our Father's will to be made manifested in regards of yourself and all the people you care about, which is everyone, even those that have done you wrong. All right, let's continue. Instead, say afterwards, Our Father, creator of the heavens, ruler is of your name. Your order comes as your will is made upon the earth as it is in the heavens. Give us this day our daily nourishment and forgive us for our past sins as we forgive those that sinned against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil, for all authority is of you and power. And so shall it be of your glory, Yahuwah, forever and ever. And so shall it be. That is a prayer. So for anybody that wants to pray using that right there, there you go. You're welcome. And I hope you use it. I hope you mightyfully use it, that you use it aggressively. You don't have to yell, because praying is not about force. It's about passion. It's about intimacy. It's about love. When you're praying, you're not praying to force. You're praying to love. You're praying so that your father can have, reasons to be like, okay, I think he understands patience, and I think he understands love as to why all of these things are happening the way that it's happening. I think it's time for me to be able to help him because he can be around other people that need this type of patience, that need this type of understanding, that need this type of wisdom. Okay, let's continue. And for you that's out there, and not just for this is not just for everybody, all right, but it is for everybody. But if you're out there and you really need a prayer and you think that you are unable to pray or you don't know how to properly pray, mind you, the buy and bow. So I'm not going to give you guys something that I personally am not going to do myself. Okay? So I want you guys to take that much very serious. Okay? Whew. Let's continue. Know that if you forgive other, Ellie, well, my apologies. Know that if you forgive others, Ellie will forgive you. And if you do not, you will not be forgiven. Also, be not like those that are hypocrites, those that use accessories to appear as if they fasted. But instead, when you're true to your will, you will be anointed. So wash your face. This is so at least when you're before others, you'll look presentable. And remember, Ellie is watching all. You shall be rewarded for your works. Another, do not amount to those worldly treasures, for they will rust and or perish. Even thieves will come to take. So instead, stack all your treasures in the heavens, where none can reach them, nor steal them. So everything that you're doing on this earth, right? Like all of the fighting, all of this, I'm gonna work for 30 years and then retire when I'm like in my 40s because I'm gonna have like $100,000, $200,000, $500,000, $800,000, couple of millions of dollars. I'm gonna retire, right? You're barely gonna spend all of that money, right? So you working to do all of that. Some people they lost the integrity as of their they lost the vessels of they lost the rights of their vessels, right? And they're not even enjoying the money that they're making because they barely get rest. They barely get the time to enjoy just the little bits of it. The downtown of just even be able to go to sleep feeling like you can just leave your door open, let alone you got to sleep next to your phone because you don't know who's going to call, who's going to text. You don't know somebody going to pop up in your crib. You don't know somebody's going to follow you. Whatever the case is, there's a lot of people that go through all of these things, right? Because they don't no longer have power over their vessels. So all of these things we're working, and you barely can enjoy all of the things that you work for. That's utterly wild to me. That's why personally, if I'm gonna get a couple of millions or I'm gonna have people around me that's like that, I don't play about that stuff. You can't be calling yourself Christian because I'm gonna let you know directly to your face. We don't play about that stuff around here. We do not play about that. Yeah, you either gonna follow the road or you gonna head home. Simple. All right. But it's love around here though. It doesn't matter because I'm not out here trying to disrespect nobody. So please don't take it in any disrespectful way because I'm not meaning any harm. But I am a very truthful teller. So I will tell you the truth. I will definitely blow that whistle in your face and be like, remember, 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 speak the truth, remember. Like I will be that person. I will be that very much annoying person. So if you come here to this channel, know that I'm going to be annoying you and whatever demon that you are trying to fight, but you don't know how to fight. Just understand, I'm here for you, all right? Just like Christ was here for us. I'm here for you. I'm not Christ, but I am going to be Christ-like because we're all examples to each other. We're all reminders to each other to be better than ourselves. So I will remind you. I don't care if you get annoyed or not. I will remind you. Hate me, dislike me, don't like me, however it is. I'm here for you. I love you, so I'm going to be here for you. Okay? If you want me to pray for you, I got you. If you want me to send you some words to pray for, you want me to intercede for you, I got you. I'm here. Call on, well, don't call on to me, but call on to our Father. And if you need to call me, you can call me. It's not an issue. I have the little comment section right there if you want to leave an email, and then we talk and chop it up in the email section, in the email area. And I don't be out here giving people my personal information, unless I know you that well personally. Yeah, I love you guys, but I don't know every last one of you. And if the Holy Spirit guides me to somebody for me to talk to that person personally, then that's different. And I have no problem giving you my number or however it is. Or maybe if we become a bit knowledgeable of each other's existence, I could possibly do that. But as of like, just, this is my number, call it anytime. Like, no, sorry. Sorry, but you're gonna have to put everything in the comment section. And I do have a social media. I don't really be active as far as like posting, except probably for TikTok. So if you want to go and check me out there, you can. So I'm not gonna hold you. What's the word? I'm not gonna hold you as a slave to these options, but it's an option. But let's continue. Know that wherever your desire is, your heart will also be. So everything that you work for on this earth, if your heart is fixated on here, everything that you're gonna get here is gonna perish, meaning you're not gonna have anything in heaven, in the heavens, at all. Not one thing, not one penny, not no family, not nothing. You're rooting, you're planting seeds that's gonna root itself in the heavens. All right, and you're not gonna get any of those things because everything that you worked so hard for, you sweat it and you got it here. Yeah, it's good to work, because but work doesn't always mean money. Work is the ability to do something. Something like, look up the word work, the adjective work. I don't believe it's a pronoun. I think it's very much an adjective. I don't believe it's a pronoun. And if it is a pronoun, my apologies. I don't mean any harm. I'm just saying though, right? English, we have to know all of these things. And I'm the person that talks about analytics and all of these philosophies and all of this stuff. I might not be the smartest person, but I'm very intelligent. So don't be fooled. All right, let's continue. For your eyes are the guide to the gate of your temple. So focus on Eli and his light. So everything that you consume, remember, I'm gonna tell you guys something here. Your pupils, for a lot of you that don't know, right? Your pupils, right? Your pupils are what? When they say that your eyes are the windows to your soul, what do you mean? What do you think that means? What do you think that what do you think is the meaning to that? Your pupils are the eyes, your eyes are the windows to your soul. When you look in your eyes, right? And you look at everything that goes on in there, you're gonna see this little black little dots. Now, for some reason right now I cannot think of the name, but then the name is in my mind because I can think of the image. Obviously, it's gonna come back to me. It always does. I always say these things and it always come back to me in these videos. It always does. But they're black holes. They suck in light, or they absorb light. Wrong word to use. Not the best word. It's not the wrong word either. It's just not the best word. They absorb light. So everything, as far as the word that I just said, right? Let me read it again to you guys. For your eyes are the guide to the gate of your temple. So focus on Eli and his light. There are different elements, different aspects, right, of light. We have infrared, visible, invisible light, right? And so much more, etc. X-ray, UVA. You know what I mean? All of these things, and there's so many other lights, because how else do you think color is made? Because if color wasn't made through light, we wouldn't be able to understand the colors and difference of what is black, gray, green, blue, purple, red, violet, all of these things, right? Mm. Now let's continue. But if you see evil and invite evil, your temple will be corrupted by darkness. So, by the amount of darkness you consume through your eyes, you absorb, right? That's exactly what's going to corrupt your temple. But let's continue. For you cannot serve two masters. You must either love one or hate the other. Cannot be our Elohim. Well, I said it cannot be our Elohim and Mammon. So to say, be careful also to what you consume, and you are what you eat, and it will show. It will show on you, and it doesn't have to be food either. Just like the fowls, they don't scavenge, but Eli still provide a meal for them daily. So are you any different? Which one of you think you are able to add much to what he does for everyone in his stature? Meaning, if if first we are what we eat, that means everything that we do, we say, we hear, we consume. We are exactly that. You could watch a whole bunch of comedy type of shows, right? All your life, you're gonna end up being a comedian. It's that simple. Your brain is, well, if you're the type of person to pick up concepts, you have people that are irregulars and regulars, meaning irregular people are the type of people where they monkey say, monkey do, monkey see, monkey do, right? And regulars are those that are not necessarily the same, where they're typical, but they're common in a way where they do everything that everybody does, but they like to be more so selfish upon on what they do. So monkey do, monkey see, monkey do is still the same way with selfishness, but they don't follow the crowd. So they pick up on concepts even because that's just how their brain clicks. I'm not saying that anybody is better than anybody. It's just how fast your brain is adapting to situations, and that's probably the best way for me to say that, so that it's easier to understand. So you are what you consume. It's not just, what you see, what you say, what you hear. It's also what you eat, the air that you breathe. If you're breathing more nitrogen than you are really oxygen, right? What do you think is going to happen to your body? If you breathe a whole bunch of helium more than what do you think is going to happen to your body? What happens to helium? It rises, right? It rises. It brings things to what? A higher disposition. So, what do you think happens? You adapt. Our body on a at atomic level, right? On a microbial level, right? Microscopial, my apologies, microscopial level, right? It's consistently moving and adapting to the changes of our surroundings. So everything that's coming in as a wave is literally changing us, but it's not changing the molecules of the elements that keeps us as a structure through our physical, atomic level, into my I cannot say that word properly, but I'm just gonna say our physical, right, and metaphysic level. So there are aspects to this where things are changing consistently, but we're not aware of it. So that's the reason why I smack the wind, but I'm really not smacking the wind, but I am smacking the wind because this is a pool, right? And if you understand what I'm saying, you're gonna understand it because you watched my previous videos. All right, let's continue. You cover yourself with strange clothes because look at the lilies. They are perfect just as they are in many ways, even in their imperfections. So you go to Yahuwah as yourself. You own your imperfections. You are your imperfections. You are the better self as your imperfections, because through your imperfections, meaning through your problems, you can get a breakthrough. Through your problems, you can come out of the concrete. Through all of that, you can be the better self that you are, because people will not have to worry about somebody that you're not, but they're going to have to worry about who you are and how you're showing yourself truly to who you are to many others. People are not afraid of a character that you put out, because what is a character to somebody that's actually going to step up and say something, that's actually going to do something? So if I say that, let's just say if I was the type of person that I used to be, if I say I'm gonna hurt you, right? I'm gonna hurt you, right? And I will not, maybe, yeah, I will care, but I will find ways to do everything in my power to hurt you. I'm not that type of person, but if I did, right, it will happen. So you have those type of scenarios where we are literally our better selves for a good reason, for a good purpose. We change because we have to, but we are still ourselves, meaning the things that we went through is so that we learn to not be like that, so that we can still have our mindset, because it says to be what? To not be, to be like a snake, but not to be of a snake, meaning to think like one, to have the same understanding as the snakes, but don't don't participate in the things that they do. Don't be of them. Don't be like them. You must have the mindset, the concept of what they do, of how they operate, of all the things that they do, all the things that they do. But you cannot do exactly what they do. All right. Let's continue. All right. No, 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 no. I used to watch the little orange guy that used to talk. I can't even remember. It was on Cartoon Network when I was a kid, but no, no, no. We're not gonna get into that. All right, let's go. Let's go. So much not even Solomon could come close to them in beauty and perfection. For if it's not Ellie who gives us time to age, bloom, then die. Just look, just look the grass. Just look at the grass. Who else can it be? So we're going to live, we're going to die. We're to grow, bloom, and then pass on to the next generation so we can elevate into another ascension. Just like the flowers, they're themselves. Flowers, trees, grass, whatever, weeds, whatever, bushes, they're more disciplined than us. We are chaotic. We're supposed to maintain them, and they're more disciplined than us. Do you know? Do you hear that? They're more disciplined than us. Do you think that trees worry about oxygen? Do you think that animals worry about oxygen? No, because they understand what oxygen is. They understand that they provide carbon dioxide, right? That other animals need, so that there could be some type of cycle that goes in this economic system. Because even the insects, they play a niche in our ecosystem. They understand these things. So let's continue. All right, little ones of faith, have no thoughts of asking what you should eat, drink, or clothe ourselves into question. If Ellie knows the needs of the Gentiles, how much so you? That's why you must seek Ellie's presence first, and seek his righteousness, and all else will be added unto you. So think not too hard for the next day, for it has already been established, for evil will never be satisfied. Ooh. Evil will never be satisfied. No matter the amount of treasure that they have, no matter the amount of things that they get, that they're given as a promise, they will never be satisfied. Wow. 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 Never be satisfied. And you expect me to do exactly what they're doing? You expect me to follow the trends that they're doing? You expect me to be out here exploiting people just because I want some money? You expect me to hurt somebody's feeling pride because I want some money? That's wild to me. Just saying. Let's go to chapter 7 of the Chronicles of Saints Matthews. All right, let's get started. Judge not. Hold up. Give me 1 minute. 1 minute. We'll be right back. All right. Judge not, and you won't be judged. For what power do you have for you to judge instead? You'll be judged for you're all equal. Well, equals, my apologies. We're all equal. The law of singularity. We're one and the same. When you speak negativity, when you speak words of curses unto other people, when you lie unto other people, you're alternating this reality that is of truth. and not delusions, perceptions to concepts that have been created, right? And we're hurting each other, which is one of the same. We are a fragment. Imagine it like this, right? Imagine if you broke a mirror, or just you took a little piece of a mirror, right? And you just were able to bend that mirror, or mold that mirror in all size, right? To be like the size of a marble. And you just put it in the center of water, right? And you have a light shining in that water. What do you think is going to happen? And mind you, there's different, edges. It's not all smooth. It's all rough, right? What do you think is going to happen? There are going to be lights that's going to reflect off of that, right, marble. That's going to go into different places. Imagine it like that our Father is shining his light into one place, into one thing that has given us all a part of our own life, a part of ourselves, that we can all be of one source. We can be all of one source. We can all be of one source, but of many different personalities. Because why? We come from him, right? So we're all equals. So it doesn't give you the right to judge anybody. So if somebody has done wrong, if they've been astral projecting, whatever the case is, because even those type of things, if you don't know that astral projecting is wrong and you're a Christian, you're not really being a Christian. You're one of the new age Christians out here wearing these crystals. And respectfully, I don't go against people's belief, right? But I will say that that's not my lane of place, and I'm not going to step on nobody's neck. But I will say that that's not what I believe in. So if I don't believe in that, there's no reason for me to worry about it. But I will say that that's just what it's called, and that's what it's considered. So you can't. It's like saying it's like talking. It's like speaking the truth, right? And you don't speak the whole truth. That's considered a lie. It's like accepting the truth, though. It's like somebody telling the truth, and you accept the truth, but you don't want to accept the whole truth. It's considered a lie. I'm one of them type of people. We're gonna know exactly why I say this too. We're gonna oh man, we're gonna read that today. It's either yes or no. Many rather look at the boogies in others' eyes, but rather their own. How can you even say to any that they have particles in their eyes and ask to remove it, but haven't removed yours? You're a hypocrite if you do so. First wash off the particles from your own eyes before speaking of others. So those that act foolish like animals should not be given things that are special and precious unto at least use of dignity and glory. It should be regarded with high value. So ask, and you shall receive. Knock, and the doors shall be opened unto you. Anyone who daily ask, they will receive, or if they seek, they will find. For the doors will be opened to their knocks. To say if your son at the moment, or my apologies, to say if your son at the moment asks you for bread, will you not feed him? Or if it be fish, will you not still feed them, or will you deceive them? Meaning, will you lie to them? Would you tell them a story? Would you tell them all of these extra stuff and you still don't give it to them? No, you're gonna give it to them. You're just gonna the first time you might ask, you gave it to them. And you're like, oh, you ate all the bread, huh? Okay. Fish. All right, maybe you might have to go and catch a fish. Or maybe I'm gonna drive you somewhere. We stand together. I'm gonna give you a fishing rod. You catch the fish yourself. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna catch a fish too, but we're gonna catch the fish together. You know what I'm saying? So upon how the sinners give gifts unto their offsprings, how much so is Eli unto us his son, unto his, my apologies, unto his. Meaning what? So just like how evildoers, right? They gift, because even yes, the devils, the Satans, the Lucifers, they gift their own people rewards, right? So how much, when they do those things unto them, how much so is Eli, our Elohim? How much so him? He would do that 10 times and more, especially when you're faithful and you're loyal to him. All right. And this is not about just receiving, precious stuff in the world. No, this is just being loyal. Okay. Let's continue. To say, how would you want others to treat you? Do unto them said to the prophets. Wait, to say, how would you want others to treat you? To treat you. Do unto them said so the prophets. So everything that has been done that you ask, you've already accomplished. All right. Walk into the narrow path, for the open road is the way that leads to destruction. Mm. Walk into the narrow path, for the open road leads to destruction. It leads to destruction. It leads to straight destruction. It says what? In truth, pure life lessons attacks your integrity and heart. Why do you think that is? You're attacked. And we're gonna hear this in the next verse. Also, beware of those false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing. They are actually wolves. That's why I speak of the truth all the time. And I don't just say faith, 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 faith. No, I say truth in faith. Meaning when you have truth, when you know truth, your faith can be strong. Your hope, because your hope is your faith. You can have true hope. Because when you have false hope, what do you think is going to happen? False things are going to happen. Delusions are going to be created. Simple. Let's continue. For you shall know them by their fruits. Will it be rotten or fresh and healthy? Good seeds blossom great trees once, one with great fruits and the other with toxic fruits. These trees cannot do the opposite since their actions and choices have been rooted. For the trees that brought rotten fruits will be cut down from they are corrupted, and it's by their fruits you shall recognize them. So evil's fruit is toxic, it's poisonous. And the fruits that are good are healthy and they're very what? Nutritious to you. They help you. They help you. They help you. You could tell. You could tell. Because first, their intention, their hearts, the way that they talk to you, directly or indirectly. If they don't talk to you, directly or indirectly. The way they look at you, directly or indirectly. The way they present themselves to you, even in the spiritual, in the dreams, directly or indirectly. These things very much matter. They matter. Why? Because somebody that don't like you is going to show you that they don't like you. Simple. And they're not going to like you because they just don't like you. I wouldn't know any other way to say it. Just saying. All right. We're already going on 38 minutes right here. We're going to move this. We're going to move this along a little bit. For it's not everyone that says, Master, Master, that will enter paradise, except those that put in the works. So your truth. So when you know truth, there's no way for you to go back unless you choose to go back. And then now you will reject Christ. So therefore, you will not have access. Let's go next to the next verse. My apologies. Oh, excuse me. Many will come before me and ask, haven't we done all in your name, my king, as we prophesied? Cast out devils. Unto them I will say, I never knew you. Depart from me, wicked ones, you hypocrites. But those that follow these commands, they will be honored, for they are just in heart, for their faith have been set to stone and unshakable. No storms in any trials of life will shake those of truth faith. Truly, and those that hear these words and regard them will be accounted as foolish, for his faith is vain. And many storms will come, and the unbeliever's faith will be shooken, for it has no foundation, and his shelter will crumble. Ending his sermon, Christ will Christ was given admiration for his words of truth, for he taught them as the one holding authority, unlike a scribe. Now, this is important, but I want you guys to go to chapter 6. I mean, not chapter 6. I mean, my apologies. Chapter 5. Get into the chopper. If I can find it real quick. Yes, there we go. All right. This is going to be in, yeah, this is going to be good. Verses 34, chapter 5 of Saint Matthew. It's going to be quick. Chapter 34, we're going to go about 5 verses down on the line, or 6 verses down the line. And the reason why, because I need you guys to understand as to why 6 and 5 is going to correlate to what I was talking about yes or no. All right, let's go. But I say unto you, swear not at all, neither by heaven, for it is God's throne. Well, for it is Yahuwah's throne. All right, nor by the earth, for it is his footstool, neither by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great king. Neither shalt thou swear by the head, because thou canst not make one hair white or black, meaning you don't have the power to keep your promise. So swearing, meaning cursing, and making making what is it called again, oaths. We should have read the 33 as well, but we're going to read 33 also. Again, ye have heard that it hath been said by them of old time, thou shalt not forswear. So our predecessors. Thou shalt not forswear thyself, but shalt perform unto the Lord, unto Yahuwah, thine oaths. So we must not swear. When people say, I swear that this person, you're bringing somebody into your problems, because we're not supposed to be swearing to nobody. To nobody. We're not supposed to swear. Literally, we're not supposed to swear. We're not supposed to. Let's continue. It says what? In verse 36. Neither shalt thou swear by thy head, because thou canst not make one hair white or black. You did not create yourself. You don't have the power to take back what you said. You don't, like, as far as certain things, you don't have the power to do certain things. You don't. It doesn't matter the amount of alchemy, technology, magic, whatever that is done in this world. It doesn't matter. You there's certain things you just can't do that you can swear, and then what do you think gonna happen when you get smoked? Just like Hera. Then the next verse says what? 37. But let your communication be yea, yea, nay, nay. For whatsoever is more than these cometh of evil. Meaning the maybes, I don't know. Well, you can say I don't know, because that's actually an answer. But maybe if, but if, why, all of these in between answers, seductions, temptations, it's not convictuous to a one response, yes or no. And life is yes or no. It's not maybe if we possibly could, or no, it's yes or no. Oh, you like this person? Yes, no. You want to go to this job? Yes, no. You want to go and help us out? Yes, no. You want to fulfill this plan? Yes, no. You want to be aligned to this situation? Yes, no. No maybes. You might not know something, but there's a difference between not knowing something and you feeling some type of way, right? And you like, oh, maybe I do like going outside, and I like planting trees or whatever the case is. I like meditating or something like that. And somebody invites you, but then you don't want to go with that person, so you don't know how you would feel to go with that person. That's it's a yes or no. If you don't feel comfortable, just say no. If you feel comfortable and you feel so comfortable that you would follow everything that they do, but you don't want to hang out with this person, to me, that's going to be a no. To you, that might be a yes, right? And you don't know how you feel. So it's just like, I don't know. I'm going to say maybe. That's not an answer. Just say, I'm not sure yet at the moment. But your reaction, your actions will say exactly the response anyway. So it doesn't really matter. I'm just not gonna, if you're a cool friend of mine and you're a really shy person and you want to go, you see that I'm going out here, I, hypothetically, maybe a party. I don't like going to parties anyways. Like it's just a whole bunch of messy situations or whatever, nightclubs. I don't really care. But if I was going to a nightclub or something like that, right? Um, you're a shy person. You're a homebody, right? And what do you think is going to happen? Like, hey, you're my friend. I'm going to this place, free tickets. You know, nobody got to pay to go in. Maybe just pay for your drinks or something like. I don't drink either, so like I said, probably not the best scenario, but scenario going to do right. It's going to get the job done. So scenario, we go. If you're uncomfortable, you're just going to tell me no. If I rock with you, I'm going to invite you regardless. If I'm actually your friend. Because I'm not going to be your friend and I don't invite you to go somewhere I don't go to have fun. What type of friend am I? What type of family am I? Because if you're my friend, you're my family. You're not just man. We're not just friends. That's just how that look. Um, yeah, yeah. We're just family, right? So what? We gonna read. Ye have heard that it hath been said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. But I say unto you that ye resist not evil, but whosoever shall smite thee on the right cheek, turn to him the others also. And if any man will sue thee at the law and take away thy coat, let him have thy cloak also. Fire don't put out fire, it ignites it. It's your choice. It's your choice very much to ignite it or put it out. You can let this charade go on forever, or you can make a decision about it and then can just move forward, right? And it's not about being in the presence of anybody to calm situations. If somebody is trying you, right? If somebody is trying you, right? And they want a certain reaction from you, they want something from you, right? You don't have to be next to a person to say something like, I want to fight you or something. Like, no, 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 no. You don't have to do all of that. You don't even have to say any of that. You don't even have to think about that. Just don't let, like, yes, people might be like, oh, you're scared. You might be a punk. But how many people really died from walking away rather than those that actually fight back? You might even be able to beat the person. You might outrank the person in probably bullets or aim or accuracy, whatever the case is. You might have a weapon that's much stronger. You might know people that might really do damage to them. What are the chances of somebody actually walking out in a situation with their life when there's really a turmoil problem? A lot of times is very slim to none. Just saying. We can do ratios right now, and then from the past histories of years that have went by, there's a lot of people that have lost their lives because they wanted to be tough, and some of them are not even like that. They're not even built like that. Some of them they just know people. Some of them they just have money. And so they try to bully others because they think that they can pay anybody to just do whatever. Understand that there are people that are very smart that like they just choose not to go in that path because once they go in that path, it's just gonna be craziness. There are people that legitimately do not want to make themselves crazy because they have to start now being on some PTSD type of situations because now they gotta start like somebody that never used to flinch and they're not gonna probably flinch. They might flinch by themselves, but they're not gonna flinch in front of you. And you just trigger something in them that's already been there. That's just been stalking for a very long time. That's not trying to. They've been locking that inside for a very long time. You don't want to do something like that, please. Like, don't underestimate nobody, but at the same time, don't be an estimator creator. You feel me? Like, don't be an estimator creator because scenarios can be very dangerous and conglomerates out here on a horrendous level. Let's continue. And whosoever shall compel thee to go a mile, go with them twain. So somebody is gonna uplift you, uplift them back. If they're gonna go against you, let them go against themselves. Be that brick wall that's unbreakable. Unlike Jericho that was torn down. Be like 10,000s of them put together like the Great Wall of China. Don't let nobody knock you down. A lot of people, I'm just going to sum it up, but there's another verse that I want you guys to see. All right. Hmm. Oh, yes. Perfect, 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 perfect. All right. So this is going to be verse 31 because I had to check it again. Check it, check it, check it. Words and bars for the day before I got to come and wreck it like a ball, roll away. Never try to make it fake a jumper because I've been shooting all day. Bars. All right. Bars. All right. Verse 31. It hath been said, whosoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorcement. So anybody that is in a kindleship relationship, whatever the case is, almost about to be married, hopefully, um, right? If you're a man, and this is for the men, this is for us men out here, because I need you guys to be very, 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 very understanding of these situations, because I wouldn't even know how to put it in words. But I'm gonna try so we can understand first, because I'm talking to the men. Brethren, stop cheating. I don't care. You talking about, oh, she looks so good. What? That's not an excuse, bro. Brother, that is not an excuse. She looks good. She was seductive. That's not an excuse, bro. You were drunk. You were high. You have a woman. Stop cheating. Give your woman attention. Maybe she might give you whatever that you're asking for. I don't know what it is. I could care less. Give her attention. Stop being stingy with your time because you're too busy trying to live the life. Give me one moment for a second. You're too busy trying to live up to your homeboys' expectations, those that be getting dumped, or those that be bringing toxic situations to women and their lives and making women toxic, so that when she wants to actually settle down and have a family, whatever the case is, she can't. Be sane because now she got to get a therapist, fam. And it be you guys that also want to settle with these type of women, and then you say that she's doing too much. You complain about everything. If you feel like you cannot keep a woman, don't be with her. Same thing with you women. Can't keep a man, don't be with him. It's not about money. Because if a man has more than you, I'm pretty sure he's going to keep you. And if you need help in anywhere your department of life or finances, I'm pretty sure he's going to find a way to help you. I'm pretty sure if you don't want his money, he knows somebody that might hire you to work somewhere who are there. Because that's how it should be. You can be independent, but that's how it should be. Working together. And the same thing with the woman. That's how it should be. Working together. Who knows? He might have the money, you might have the land. Who knows? He might have the money, you might have the land. Or she might have the money, you might have the land. My brothers, who knows? Working together brings a foundation. That's what we're supposed to be building, a foundation, an actual empire. We're supposed to be real queens and kings, real royalty. Real royalty, like queens and kings and queens, prince and princesses out here in this world. But we're stuck paying loans. We're stuck paying debts. We're stuck competing with others so that we can live somebody else's dream. Just saying. Right? Just saying. Because at the end of the day, it's not always what we want it to be. Some people, they might look at it a little bit different and they just gonna be like, oh my goodness, whoa, wait a minute. Why I just spent about $100,000 and I make about $150,000 in 1 year? I spent about $100,000. Whoa, wait a minute, something not making sense here. You're spending more money on your bills than you are living your life with the money that you make. And majority of that goes to taxes. You don't pay taxes on the things that you buy. Well, I say you don't pay. No, you pay taxes on the things that you buy, but you don't get those taxes back. They take your money from where you work so they can give you your money and make it seem like they're doing you a favor at the end of the year. And where is that money going to? People say it's going to the city, it's going to the land, the playgrounds, the schools. Really? The amount of utilities and stuff that's going that these schools, these playgrounds, these parks have, that is not worth anything. Really. I don't play about that because I watch my surroundings very highly. Like I'm not one of them type of people. I didn't grow up in none of these fancy places. I done seen and I've been around certain things, but as far as as far as situations as in saying what they do with these money, no. Like no. I don't care if you like it or not. No. 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 Like seriously, no. Can't pay me a million bucks to tell me that I'm gonna stand here and say that they're doing something with the money. The other time they do something with the money is when it doesn't go their way because people are either getting too much money out of their funds, their treasury funds, which is supposed majority of that money is not even being spent. And you got people in New York right now that are dealing with the chances of them losing their actual houses, and just the price of stuff in New York is just going high because there's this entire stimulus stuff. You telling me? Give me one moment. I gotta put my nose real quick. This economy is just getting worse and worse and worse and worse. Worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. Worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. But I heard something strange. I was not rocking with that. But worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. But I'm on here every day. I want you guys to understand that it's very important. It's very, 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 very important